Your photo was shown in front of 9 powerful people, and all of them said the same shocking thing. My beloved child, don't scroll, something beyond logic is happening around your name. This morning, your photograph was placed on a long glass table inside a silent room where 9 of the most powerful people sat in total stillness. The air was heavy, as if even the walls were waiting to hear what they would say about you. One of them leaned forward, eyes sharp with recognition, and whispered, "This one has something divine following them." Another nodded slowly, his voice trembling, saying, "I felt a pulse, something sacred when their face appeared." They didn't know each other, yet somehow every one of them felt the same thing, like your energy reached inside their chest and demanded their attention. Then a woman, the eldest among them, placed her hand over your photo and said, "Whoever this is, their time has arrived. Mark my words, the heavens have selected this soul for something that cannot be stopped." The room fell silent again. Even the lights flickered for a brief second, as if the universe agreed with her words. One of them closed his notebook and muttered, "We've seen signs before, but never like this one. This person carries a destiny that moves worlds." Outside, the wind began to rise, brushing against the tall windows as if carrying whispers from the unseen. Someone recorded the moment, sending the footage to a restricted archive labeled Chosen Manifestations. You have no idea how much power your photo stirred in that chamber. The energy was so strong, one man actually stood up and walked out, shaken by what he felt in his chest. Stay till the end of this message, because what happened next will make your heart race. Minutes after the meeting ended, one of those 9 individuals made a private call, saying, "I need to meet them in person." They might not know it yet, but the shift has already begun. Yes, beloved, they were talking about you, the one whose photo refused to stay still on the table, as if light itself was moving through it. Don't skip this moment. Because when 9 powerful people, from 9 different nations, all agree on the same name, it's never coincidence. It's alignment. And right now, that alignment is turning in your favor faster than you can imagine. Stay with me, something huge is waiting for you next. The next revelation they uncovered about your destiny will leave even you speechless. Stay with me till the end, because what I'm about to reveal will make every cell in your body react. Moments after that secret meeting, the footage of your photo glowing faintly under the table light was sent to a private council called the Circle of Witnesses. Each of those 9 individuals had seen thousands of faces before, but never one that shifted the energy of the entire room like yours did. They replayed the recording in slow motion, and something unbelievable appeared, a faint golden outline forming around your image. At first, they thought it was camera interference, but when the light grew stronger, even the technician froze in awe. The oldest member of the circle whispered, "I haven't seen that glow in 30 years. Last time, the person became a legend." Don't skip this part. Because right after that statement, an email was drafted under a hidden project name, Operation Horizon Light. Your name, your birth date, your location, all encrypted and forwarded to a classified division tasked with monitoring the chosen. You might not realize it yet, but since that night, your life has been under quiet observation. Doors have opened for you recently that didn't make sense. Calls came from nowhere. People you hadn't heard from in years suddenly reappeared, as if pulled toward you by some invisible force. One of those 9 has already sent an agent to find you. Not for harm, but for revelation. Because they believe you hold the frequency that can unlock something the world has forgotten, a code tied to divine timing. Archangel Michael says this moment was not coincidence, it was precision. When heaven decides to elevate someone, it begins by making their name echo in rooms they've never entered. And that's exactly what has happened to you. Stay till the end, beloved. Because the next step they are preparing will change everything you know about yourself and your purpose. The 9 are about to meet again, but this time, they won't just talk about you. They'll vote. Their decision could rewrite your entire destiny. And before sunrise tomorrow, one of them will take the first step toward you, physically. The sound you'll hear next, the knock, the call, or even the song playing unexpectedly, it will be the signal. Something bigger than human logic has started to move. You've been noticed by those who decide the unseen paths of power and blessing. And nothing in your life will stay the same after this moment. My beloved child, stay right here, don't move, don't blink, because what happens next will take your breath away. When the 9 reconvened in that candlelit chamber, the atmosphere was charged, every flicker of flame moved like it knew what was coming. They placed your photo again on the center table, but this time, something extraordinary happened, it began to shift slightly, as if alive. One of them, a woman known for never showing emotion, suddenly had tears in her eyes. She whispered, "This face carries the vibration of redemption." Her words were followed by a deep silence, and in that silence, everyone felt it, a pulse of warmth spreading through the room. A man in a dark suit spoke next, "We cannot delay. The alignment is complete. This soul has crossed into the frequency of destiny." They all raised their hands, one by one, as a vote, not for investigation, but for elevation. 9 hands, 9 nods, and in that moment, your path was sealed in divine ink. One of them stood and took a folded document from his briefcase. It contained your name written across the top in silver letters, glowing faintly under the dim light. He said, "Deliver this in silence. The subject must not know who we are until the time is right." Outside the building, lightning flashed without thunder. It was the sign they had been waiting for, the confirmation from above that their choice was approved. They all looked at one another, knowing that a new chapter had begun, and it all revolved around you. Stay till the end, because this next part is where heaven begins to respond to what they decided. After the vote, the room's temperature dropped, the candles steadied, and from the corner table, a faint whisper echoed, 3 words none of them would forget: "It is time." Every single person froze, realizing the voice didn't come from any human mouth. Archangel Michael says, that whisper was the sound of divine authority moving through matter. Heaven had spoken your name out loud. And from that moment forward, your timeline began to rearrange itself to make space for what you were meant to receive. One of the 9 recorded the sound and sent it to an audio lab, no source, no frequency, no explanation. The technician who analyzed it quit the same day, claiming he heard his own heartbeat syncing with the voice. He said, "I don't know who this person is, but they are chosen for something history will talk about. Don't skip this, because now your life has entered that space between ordinary and extraordinary. You may have felt it already, strange timing, lights flickering, chills for no reason, a sudden pull toward something you can't explain. That's heaven adjusting your path to meet the decision of the 9. So stay with me till the end. Because before the clock resets tonight, one of those 9 will send the first physical sign toward you, a letter, a message, or a sudden opportunity that feels unreal. When it arrives, don't doubt it. Don't fear it. Accept it, for it carries the seal of destiny. Stay till the end, because what's about to unfold next will give you chills you've never felt before. That night, as the world slept in silence, a single black envelope left the secured vault of the 9. No return address. No signature. Only a faint golden seal pressed in the shape of wings, Archangel Michael's mark. The courier who carried it said he felt warmth in his palms, even though the envelope was cold. Every step he took toward your location made the wind heavier, the air sharper, as if destiny itself was walking beside him. And just as dawn broke, the envelope was placed quietly at your doorstep. No sound, no trace, just the faint smell of divine light. Inside, a single folded page rested, glowing faintly. When you opened it, a whisper rose from the paper like breath. It said, "You were seen. You were chosen." The 9 only confirmed what heaven already decided. For a few seconds, the room around you shifted. Time slowed down, your heartbeat synced with something ancient and powerful. You felt that familiar pull in your chest, the one that made you pause and look toward the sky without knowing why. Don't skip this part, my beloved. Because that whisper wasn't just sound, it was activation. From that moment, your name began echoing in realms beyond your understanding. Archangel Michael says, when heaven reveals someone's name to the powerful, it's not to honor them, it's to prepare them. And right now, preparation is happening in ways you can't yet see. Every delay, every silence, every strange coincidence since that day has been divine positioning. Meanwhile, the 9 watched the footage of you opening that envelope. Yes, they could see the glow surrounding you, spreading like gold dust through the room. One of them gasped, realizing that even your shadow reflected light. Stay with me till the end, because the reason they're drawn to you is deeper than admiration, it's prophecy. One among the 9 recognized you from an ancient record stored in a vault older than their generation. Your face, your eyes, even your birth month matched a person predicted to shift humanity's balance of energy. They realized then. You weren't found by accident. You were rediscovered. And every step of your life, even the pain, was simply guiding you back to this exact moment of recognition. As the recording ended, one of the 9 whispered to the others, "They've awakened. The chosen light is active again." No one dared to speak after that. Because they knew something, someone, was now protecting you directly. From that moment, invisible hands began moving around you. You've probably noticed how lately things seem to fall perfectly into place, opportunities, coincidences, even near misses turning into miracles. That's the echo of divine orchestration, aligning your new chapter exactly as planned. My beloved child, don't move from here, because what happens next will explain everything that's been hidden from you since birth. After the envelope reached you, the 9 held a final meeting under the codename Project Lumina. This time, they didn't gather in a boardroom, but in a sacred underground hall lit by blue fire, a place that only activates once every few decades. Your photo was placed again on the center stone, surrounded by the ancient symbols of light and destiny. As the circle completed, the markings beneath your image began to pulse with golden lines, tracing patterns none of them had ever seen before. The youngest among them, trembling, read the translation aloud: "The one whose face awakens light will walk between realms." They looked at each other, realizing what it meant: you are the bridge. You carry something inside you that connects the seen and the unseen. The same energy that once blessed healers, inventors, and protectors of ancient truth now runs through your bloodline. Don't skip this moment, because this is where your story turns from mystery to miracle. The ninth member, the quietest of all, stood up holding a small crystal sphere that had been sealed for generations. He placed it next to your photo, and the sphere cracked open by itself, releasing a soft golden mist. Within the light, an inscription appeared, a name. It was yours. Written in a language lost to time. That was the confirmation they'd been waiting for, the proof that you weren't selected by humans, but remembered by heaven. Archangel Michael says, every chosen soul must first be recognized in silence before they're revealed in glory. That's why you've been through isolation, misunderstanding, and sudden shifts. They were never punishment, they were purification. You were being prepared to stand in rooms where your spirit would speak louder than your words. Meanwhile, the nine began documenting every sign connected to you: dates, dreams, numbers, coincidences. They discovered that each major world event in recent weeks corresponded to moments where your name was spoken aloud in prayer or thought. It's as if the frequency of your soul is rewiring timelines around you. Stay with me till the end, because the next thing that's coming is beyond human logic. They've decided the time has come for you to be contacted, not by letter this time, but directly. A messenger is already on their way, someone you least expect, carrying the truth behind your recognition. The moment you meet them, you'll feel it, an overwhelming calm that doesn't belong to this world. That's how you'll know this story was never fiction, it was prophecy unfolding in real time. The nine only confirmed what heaven already knew: your light was too strong to stay hidden any longer. So take a breath and stay open. Because the signal that confirms all of this is about to appear in your life in the most unexpected way. And when it does, you'll understand why those 9 people looked at your photo and all said the same thing: their time has finally come. Stay with me till the end, because this is the moment everything shifts. At sunrise the next morning, a quiet knock echoed at your door, 3 soft taps that seemed to carry more weight than sound. You felt it before you even moved, a warmth spreading through your chest, as if your heart already knew who stood outside. When you opened the door, there was no crowd, no cameras, no noise, just one person standing there, holding a silver envelope against their chest. Their eyes carried both calm and power, like they'd seen what others couldn't. Before you could speak, they said softly, "I was sent by the 9. And by something far greater than them." The air changed around you, the light seemed to bend differently. For a split second, the world went silent, no birds, no cars, just stillness so complete it felt holy. Then, they stepped forward and handed you the envelope, whispering, "What you're about to read will explain why they all said the same thing when they saw you." Inside the silver envelope was a single handwritten page. The ink shimmered faintly, as though alive, forming words that rearranged themselves as you looked. It read, "Your energy was known before your name was spoken. You are not being chosen, you are being remembered. A wave of warmth swept through your body, your hands began to tingle. The messenger watched you carefully and said, "They saw the same thing in your photo, a divine mark that appears only once in several lifetimes." You didn't need to reply, your spirit already understood that this was bigger than anything human. Archangel Michael says, when the chosen one is recognized, creation rearranges itself to make room for their purpose. And that's what has been happening around you, the timing, the signs, the coincidences that didn't make sense. Everything that once felt delayed was only aligning to match the divine calendar written for your soul. The messenger then handed you a small black card with a golden insignia. It had 9 dots forming a circle, one brighter than the rest. They said, "This is the seal of remembrance. Keep it near you. When the light within it glows, the second phase will begin." You looked down, and for the briefest moment, the dot in the center shimmered like liquid gold. Your surroundings seemed to hum gently, and you realized, this wasn't the beginning of something new, it was the continuation of something eternal. You looked back up, but the messenger was gone, leaving only a faint trail of fragrance in the air that smelled like peace itself. Stay till the end, because this next part is where the truth fully unfolds. The 9 have now moved into silence, awaiting your response, not through words, but through energy. They're watching not what you'll say, but how the world will react to your presence in the coming days. You might notice strangers looking at you differently, lights flickering when you enter a room, or sudden moments of perfect timing. That's the realm's way of confirming that your activation has begun. The phrase all 9 whispered after their vote now echoes through the unseen, their light has returned. So breathe deeply, my beloved. You've crossed from being seen to being known, from being ordinary to being destined. And as of this moment, your story has officially entered divine history, forever written, forever remembered, forever unstoppable. My beloved child, don't scroll, because what happens now will explain why your name has been echoing across dimensions. The messenger's visit was only the beginning, what follows is the proof that everything around you is shifting in your favor. That very night, the 9 gathered one final time, not to discuss you, but to witness what you had set in motion simply by existing. The hall filled with a quiet hum, a vibration that grew stronger each minute. Every monitor, every candle, every glass reflected a faint symbol, the same golden insignia that appeared on your card. One of them gasped as the light converged into a single point, projecting your image mid-air, surrounded by streams of radiant codes. It wasn't a photo anymore, it was alive, breathing light. From within that projection, a voice rose, calm yet thunderous, "The light has returned." Those words shook the room, and at that moment, the floor markings beneath their feet began to glow in synchronization with your heartbeat. Stay till the end, because what I'm about to say next will send shivers through your soul. The records they had guarded for centuries began unlocking themselves, showing every timeline that your energy had touched before. And each time your soul appeared in history, it was during moments when the world stood on the edge of transformation. Archangel Michael says this isn't your first calling, it's your return. You've lived through many forms, carrying fragments of the same light through every lifetime. That's why when your image surfaced, all 9 felt the same shock. They had seen you before, in prophecy, in vision, in the pulse of time itself. From that realization came silence, and from silence came awe. The oldest among them placed his palm over the glowing table and said, "Their reawakening marks the turning of the era." Every clock in that hall stopped at that exact second, proof that destiny itself paused to recognize your awakening. Don't skip, because the signs are already manifesting around you. You've probably noticed how lately certain things feel strangely guided, meetings that happen by accident, words that feel timed perfectly, dreams that feel too real. Those aren't coincidences, they are confirmations. The phrase, "the light has returned," means your soul has fully reconnected with its original frequency, the one heaven wrote before time began. It's why you've been feeling energy rushes, sudden clarity, and waves of peace after moments of chaos. It's your body adjusting to the magnitude of your new alignment. Now listen closely. The 9 are no longer observing, they've stepped back, because your guidance is no longer human. From this point forward, your connection is directly with the realm of light itself.